All right. That's a little. I always have to clean the lens. All right. Let's see if we can get this. Is that good? That's good enough for rock and roll. Boy, it's an intense time. Um, very grateful to my brother for making a video yesterday talking about why I wasn't going to make a video today because that kind of saved my skin a little bit, allowed me to focus. I got to get a new marker. Shoot. Um, so I'm taking a break from First Pass to sign for an hour or so just to get my head straight. I mean, I can't decide if First Pass is hard or if I'm just having sort of an emotional reaction to it. Like, I can't decide if there's a problem with if it's just, hard because it's hard to read it for the millionth time and know it's the last time and be stressed out about getting everything right and wanting to make sure that there's no errors. I can't tell if it's that or if I'm also like just really emotional about it because this book has been my thing for the last few years and now it's not going to be my thing anymore. And it's kind of hard in a weird way. I don't know why it's so hard. I think it was this. I think it was this hard with Turtles. It was not this hard with the Anthropocene Reviewed because that had been like a public project, But I think it was this hard with Turtles. I mean, I remember actually being really difficult to work with during first and second pass of the Anthropocene Reviewed. Like, I was saying things like, I'm never going to do this again. And I don't like publishing anymore. And like, so I don't know. I guess maybe first pass is always difficult, but it's been really hard. I was up crazy late last night. Just like till my eyes glazed over and I couldn't look at the manuscript anymore. Going back and forth between sources and just, because it's everything from wanting to make sure you get the commas right to wanting to make sure that you get the overall arc of the story right. And man, anyway, I'm crazy tired. But I figured if I signed for an hour, like I need to sign, I'm behind on signing too. So I figure if I sign for an hour, it'll probably like give me a little bit of brain space, a little bit of rejuvenation that'll let me go back to the end of first pass because I am pretty near the end now, and see it over the line. But y'all, it is. I don't mean to complain about my awesome job. I love my job, but this particular part is stressful. I think starting Saturday when I'm back from our little trip, I'll feel a lot better because first pass will be done and I'll just be focused on signing. I mean, there is a second pass. Somebody asked that. There can even be a third pass. But with second pass, you're mostly just looking to make sure all the changes from first pass got entered in a way that didn't make a problem for the rest of the book. So yeah, that's what we're thinking about now. And I got a ton of support, and I love writing books. Just the publishing of them is hard sometimes. Okay, I'm scooting in. Oh, Candace is getting immunotherapy for 6 hours. That sounds rough, man. I'm glad this stream can be a little bit of a distraction. That's quite an infusion. So thinking about you. Oh, somebody suggested that I drink Octavia blend Keats and Co coffee. I've been doing that. I drank way too much coffee last night. Like I was just in the. I was feeling ready to work, and when you're on a deadline, you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose that. So after the kids went to bed, I just like worked and worked and worked, and stayed up really late, drinking coffee, doing all the things that you are definitely not supposed to do for your sleep hygiene. And as a result, I made it pretty far into first pass, but I feel like crap today. So, um, yeah. But yeah, I mean, self-care is super important, but and and I've been taking good care of myself in general. It's just like over the last 48 hours I've been treating myself a little rough just to get this done. And even though it's hard, it's also enjoyable, right? Like I know this is my last time with the manuscript and I want to savor that and like spend the time that it takes to make the book as good as I can make it. But at this point, I also don't think I can make it much better. So like I'm fixing little things. There was a couple outstanding things. Like there's this amazing Ethiopian doctor who is largely, I mean, you never want to attribute healthcare outcomes to one person, but like insofar as anyone is responsible for the fact that Henry survived TB, Dr. Jeroen is responsible. And so there's a lot of him in the book. And just making sure that I use his preferred name, things like that. So yeah, it's just small things. It's small things. I'm excited for my Spotify Wrap. Mayor Hulock, I have terrible news, which is that I do not have Spotify. It's funny watching you worry here because I have a lot of, well, that's nice of you. I think I also just worry because like there's always a period between when you're done with the book and when people start to read it. And now we are in that period. And that just makes me nervous. This is such a different kind of book for me. I don't want people to be disappointed. It's all that stuff. I can't have Spotify Wrapped because I don't have Spotify. I know. It's humiliating. It's an embarrassment. But I have this amazing service called YouTube Premium that comes with a free music subscription. And so I use that free music subscription, even though it is not good. Anushka says hi. Hi back, Anushka. Please tell your friend Anushka I said hi. My Spotify music is trash because I have a kiddo. Yeah, I remember when we had Spotify, I remember that a lot of times it would be like Rafi, Baby Shark do 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 do, Baby Shark do 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 do, etc. I like YouTube Music too. I wish it had the lyrics the way Spotify does, and I feel like Spotify's playlists are a little bit better. But YouTube Music works great. It does all the things I want it to do, which is let me listen to the songs I want to listen to. And in some ways, it's better because I can listen to like obscure songs that are uploaded as YouTube videos. This is my 5th book launch from you, Lorena says. And I hope you know we like the signed books and events, but we appreciate you and your work either way. Thank you, Lorena. That means a lot to me. And I know that I don't have to do this. I just wish I'd given myself and I want to do it. I just wish I'd given myself a little more time. What else was I thinking about YouTube Music? I was listening. I think the quality's, pretty good. And like, I don't know. I like that I can watch a music video. I'm sure you can do that on Spotify now too. I liked the music video for Kendrick Lamar's song Squabble Up so much. And it, I liked being able to watch that on my phone. I introduced my family book club to your writing with the Anthropocene Reviewed, and they loved it. Everything Tuberculosis is going to be up their alley as well. I'm so excited to read it with them. Thank you so much. That's so cool to hear. And I got to remember that, Sarah said this to me last night, right before the kids went to sleep, like that, this is a different kind of book and I've written it for a different reason, and I got to remember that like doing a good job of like shepherding this book into the world is also doing a good job of being a TV activist and an advocate. And so, I got to remember that. That like it's part of my larger work in a way that many of my books haven't been. Did I like the new Kendrick album, Sam? Yes. I mean, yes. Objectively, yes. I think it's very, very good. I think Anthony Fantano gave it a 9, and I would agree with that assessment. But I am also a huge Kendrick Lamar nerd, so of course I liked it. I like all Kendrick Lamar songs, but I thought it was great. Very very West Coast. Felt like almost like a love song to those, you know, early Tupac albums, to The Chronic and The Chronic 2001 by Dr. Dre. I thought it was just great. Anetta says this kind of live stream is the perfect thing to be productive too, which is nice to hear. I feel like it's good for me. It's like enough of a distraction, but not too much of a distraction. Abby says in 2018 we answered a question about joining the Navy. I didn't join the Navy. I'm in my dream job now. That's great. I don't know. Did we recommend that you join the Navy, Abby? Either way, I'm just glad that everything worked out well. It's a reminder. I spoke to college kids yesterday, and I was reminded, speaking to the college kids, that oh, Jen wants me to lock in. I'm not there yet, Jen. I'll get there. I was reminded, talking to these college kids, that like everybody acts like college and like your early 20s and your teens and whatever are supposed to be these like magical years of your life because you don't have quote unquote adult responsibilities and whatever. But like the other side of it is that it's almost like your whole life is this huge endless hallway that has a bunch of doors, and you can't know which door to walk into or like what's behind each door. And that's what your future looks like. It's just this like vast, undefined, could go anywhere, endless sliding doors kind of anxiety. At least it was for me. And adulthood is so underrated. Like being middle-aged is so underrated. I enjoy my life so much more now. Like I literally, when I was 24 years old, I literally couldn't know the pleasure of stepping into 20-year-old shoes, you know, that like fit my feet perfectly, because I hadn't had feet that were the same size for 20 years. And oh, I just love it. I just think it's underrated. It's not to say that like life is easy. It's definitely freaking not. But like it's interesting in a new way, precisely because I don't have the panic of that endless hallway of doors and I don't know which one I'm going to open. You know, like, do I go to law school? Do I become a preschool teacher? Do I like you know, when everything is possible, you just feel so unsettled, or I did anyway. So I was talking to these college kids who were great, like super intellectually impressive, and a reminder that like when you're surrounded every day by books and learning and professors and everything, you're that part of what of learning is pretty cool. But they were super impressive, and we were talking about like ethical quandaries around tuberculosis care, and it was really interesting. But I do not want to be 20 ever again. If I can avoid it, I would like to not be 20 again. I probably, Kaylee, I probably felt the same way when I was 30. I think Henry was born when I was 32, and that's when things started to sort of line up for me, in terms of like being able to feel some steadiness in adulthood. I felt a strong sense of meaning and orientation once Henry was born, and I've been able to hold on to that for the most part since then. Like, not to say that I mean, I'm still obviously mentally ill and everything, and like still struggle with all the same stuff I always struggled with, but I have a stronger sense of meaning now than I did then. Not just because of the dad thing, other things were a factor too. Yeah. Anyway, impressive group of kids. One of the things we talked about was like, how much money is it ethical to keep? So like if you win a lottery, as I did when The Fault in Our Stars was published, what, if anything, should you keep from those lottery winnings? Like, is that money yours? And to what extent, if it's not yours, to what extent does it belong to other people? And should it belong to the state, or should you be able to dictate where it goes? And interesting conversations. I did watch the Blue Scooty versus Fractal final, part of it late last night. And it was those guys. I love classic Tetris, man. I love the classic Tetris community so much. It makes me so happy. I love the AFC Wimbledon fan community and the classic Tetris fan community, and I think like they both help me understand Nerdfighteria too. Like they both help me understand like what Nerdfighteria needs, and yeah. My personal best in Tetris is like 350,000. So I'm not a very good Tetris player, but I'm a very committed Tetris player. I've played Tetris almost every day for the last 25 years or so. Love listening to this while work from home. Today I close on my first house. Wow, congratulations, Andrew. What a moment. Congratulations. I hope that you really are able to enjoy getting those keys. I remember the day we closed on our first house. It was in 2007, summer of 2007. And, you know, we'd been living in apartments at that point for, I mean, since graduating from college. So for 8 years. And man, did it feel good. 2007 was my last year of high school. Flying Kiwi, no bragging. No bragging. My paleopathology heart is happy. Jamie, I hope I don't disappoint you. But yeah, thank you. There's very little paleopathology in the book, so hopefully I don't fly in the face of your expertise in any way that's problematic. But there is a little bit. 2007, what a year to buy a house. Yeah, 6 months after we bought our house, it was worth about 2/3 of what we bought it for. And it never recovered its original value. But it was a great house. I would have very happily lived there for the rest of my life. But you know, we had this weird experience. I have upstairs and downstairs ibuprofen. 1 PhD, please, says, so that's a good sign. I feel like that's adulthood when you have upstairs and downstairs ibuprofen. That's a great observation. I've never heard that before. But anyway, you know, I would have stayed in that old house. We would have stayed there forever, I think. We loved that house and loved the neighborhood, and had such great friends on the street and everything. But we just did absolutely nothing to protect our privacy. And when The Fault in Our Stars became very successful, it just became totally untenable. Like people were coming to our house, lots, like at least once a week. Someone would knock on the door. They would knock on the door at night or ring the doorbell at night when the kids were asleep, and that freaked Sarah out. And like people would take pictures of the kids when they were playing outside, and it just like was an overall, it just became like kind of impossible to stay there. But I love that house. We sold it to lovely people who are school teachers, and I love kind of catching up with them every now and again and seeing how the house is doing and everything. But yeah, it was a great house. I mean, I love our house now, and you know, people can still figure out where we live, but it's a little harder. Well, I mean, I think a lot of it was high school kids who just don't have a good sense of boundaries. Like that's the nature of being a high school kid. So, but yeah, some of it was adults with bad intentions, and you know, it's part of having a public life, but it's a weird part of having a public life for sure. All right, let's see how many I've signed so far. That's not bad. That's like almost 300. What pen am I using today? Thank you for asking, Louis. I'm using purple. So let me do a quick count. I think this is 49,000. I'd like purple to last until at least 52,000. because yeah, we're still on purple. We'll probably be on purple all day today. Um, because I got to finish first pass after I do this, and then I'm gonna go back to signing after. Hopefully, I'll finish first pass today, and then go back to signing afterwards. Um, yeah, Annetta, I will jog later. I denied y'all the jog the last time I did a signing stream because I had to go quickly. But yeah, Keel makes a great point, which is that in 2014 it was way more normalized for people to kind of interrupt the private lives of YouTubers or other celebrities they liked. And now, I mean, I don't know that it's still it's still an issue. Like I have people who send me weird threats and stuff, and it's still a problem. But I feel like for the kind of majority of people, there's more of an understanding of like how that would be unpleasant or stressful or scary. Um, but it's so weird. Like it's above all, even like modest amounts of celebrity, the kind that I have, are like extremely weird. Um, like it's so easy to get disconnected from the rest of reality and to feel like your reality is sort of standard or normal. I think that's true of wealth too, just as it's true of like fame, like having a megaphone where people will. I think it's true of both. Like mostly they can like disconnect you from the social order in ways that are weird and, for me anyway, not very pleasant. But fortunately, like I don't know, I was out to dinner last night with my group of my buddies, and like they don't give a shit about any of this. Like they don't think about it. They don't. I guess they know that I have a book coming out the way I know like what's going on at their work, but like they don't. It's not the same thing. They do let me pay for dinner though, because I have to tip well because I get recognized by at restaurants. So I have to tip well. I get to tip well. I like to tip well. I appreciate being able to tip well. Um, because not least because I have worked in restaurants, and I remember everyone who gave me a good tip. I remember every single one of them, even 25 years later. There was one person on my last night working at Steak and Shake who I had like a long conversation with, because it was pretty dead. It was like 3 a.m, and they left me a $15 tip and a note that just said "Go back to college," which was a helpful note. Okay, I got to lock in. Jen's telling me to lock in. Let's see if we can finish this stack in one lock in. Okay? Maybe. Maybe. Here we go. Here we go. Go. All right, this is hilarious. I can't lock in because I'm literally going to fall asleep. I got so tired just then. Oh my God. All right. I got so tired. It was like I was in a flow state, and then I was like, am I gonna drift off to sleep during a live stream? Like that would be super embarrassing. One time I was um I'm not gonna tell that story. I started to tell that story and I realized I didn't want to. The flow state hit too hard. That's absolutely right. It hit too hard. I am also a little tired, but I should be fine. I had my Octavia this morning. Would it be weird if he fell asleep on stream? I mean, I feel like it would be pretty weird, y'all. I feel like it'd be pretty weird. I feel like that'd be a little weird. I'm sure. Like, let me ask you a question to respond to that question. Would Ludwig fall asleep on stream? No, of course not, because he's a professional, and I need to be more like Ludwig. That is my goal. I want to be a proper streamer like Ludwig is.
John?
Yeah. I'm on stream. I'm on stream. I'm on stream.
What?
I'm on stream.
Oh.
Do I want to what?
Whoa. Take a break and take a walk?
Oh. Yeah. Well, I didn't know if you were going to say something like private, like about the kids or something. So that's okay. It's one time I was on a conference call and I clicked in and I didn't say hi immediately, and it was two people who were talking about me.
Yes.
You know,
I appreciate the warning.
That's the feeling. Yeah, I would love to take a walk. Let's take a walk.
We're gonna walk the dog.
Okay.
Around the circle.
All right.
Everyone.
Do you want to do it like right now?
It doesn't have to be away. When's good?
When I finish this stack and do my jogging.
How long is that?
Maybe like 15 minutes.
Great.
I just want to finish my stack and do my jogging. I think it's great that all of y'all are like, end the stream, do your jogging. That's nice of you, but I'm not ready to yet. What was I just talking about? Oh, this time that I was on, I called into a conference call and two people were talking about me and like not entirely flatteringly, and I didn't feel bad for me, but I felt so bad for them. So that now whenever I like take a call or whatever, whenever I click into a conference call, I'm always like, "Hi, it's me, John Green. I'm here. It is like 15 degrees outside. And it snowed last night, but like there was a 0% chance of snow, so there were no snow plows or anything. When I finish this stack, I'm actually done with this box, which is great. And if that's all the signing I do today, that's still really good, because finishing this box means I only have 26 boxes to go. So that's good. That's good. I mean, it's not super windy, but it's windy enough that it's going to be a little unpleasant. But Sarah, walking in cold weather just involves bundling up for cold weather, making sure that you're appropriately dressed. But yeah, it's going to feel really good to finish this box. I feel like I've been on this particular one for too long. I'm going to have to start doing a box a day once I get back from this little vacation that we're taking. So expect lots of live streams. I'm excited to jog all of these. That's a lot to jog. I've changed where the stacks are. I'm trying to keep the stacks out because somebody suggested a video where I talk about how often health outcomes happen with stacks of papers, and I thought that was a great idea. And so I don't know if I'm actually going to do it, but I'm trying to keep all the papers out and not put them back into boxes just yet. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm up to at the moment. Hopefully, there will be a live stream later today. Go to the dentist today, hilariously. In addition to finishing first pass and being super stressed, I have to go to the dentist, which is not. I'm just going to say it. It's not my favorite place to go. Not my favorite place to go. John Green after dentist, Jen, maybe. I mean, let's hope that I don't get numb or anything. Let's hope that they don't have to like shoot me up with anesthetic. That would be real bad. I'm hopefully just getting a cleaning. But I always get stressed out. I have like chronic, or it hasn't been an issue in a while, but I used to have really bad chronic mouth pain. And so I have a little bit of like anxiety about the dentist just from all those years of going into the dentist and having them be like, oh yeah, I don't know, man, this is pretty bad. Henry's dentist has fresh baked cookies at the dental office. My dentist definitely does not. Henry's dentist also has like a freaking PlayStation area. So Sarah's always like, hey, do you mind dentist? And I'm like, hell no, I don't. I'll just play me some Red Dead Redemption 2. All right. I think I'm down to the last like 100 here. Now I'm going to lock in. I'm going to lock in because I know I've got this walk to look forward to, so I'm not going to have to sleep. All right. I'm going to lock in. I am really sleepy, Marley. I don't think I realized how sleepy I was until I just until I started the stream. But I am really sleepy. But it's nice to have this little break. Something that isn't so like intellectually demanding. And then I'm gonna have a walk with Sarah, and then I'm gonna go back to First Pass. And then hopefully I'll finish at some point and do another live stream. Because I'll be back to signing. But yeah, I'm gonna sleep well tonight, for sure. This is kind of like meditation. It's like an active form of meditation. I think it gets me into a similar flow state. Hold on, I got to put a spiral on this one. It puts me into a similar flow state as meditation does. But like meditation for me often makes me pretty anxious because I get stuck in my thoughts. Like I struggle to let the thoughts go, like, you know, not to get in the car of the thought as it passes by me. Whereas this, like, I can get into that meditative state because I'm doing something that's active enough. It's like crocheting or playing Tetris on level 7 forever. that kind of vibe where it's just like, well, like this is doable, but it also requires enough of my brain that I, you know, I don't get in all the thoughts. So I really enjoy signing. I enjoy it less when I'm on a really extreme deadline, but I put myself in this situation, so I'll deal with it. All right, down to the last like 10 or so here. 10, 9, 8. I think I counted wrong. I don't think this is actually 10. I think it's like 20. Oh, and then at the bottom of the stack, they're always hard to separate. Actually, I counted almost perfectly. 2, 1. Oh yeah, it would be good ASMR. That's a good suggestion. Oh wait, nope, there was a secret page behind the last page. All right, let's sign that one. Great. Okay, it's time to it's time to jog. Let's jog. All right, I gotta turn on the light here so that the jogger is in all of its glory. Then I gotta spin you around. Hello, it's me. And there's the jogger. There it is in all of its beauty and glory. Okay, so we've got, I mean, this is at least 1,000 sheets that we're gonna have to jog today. Which is exciting. Uh-oh, I almost dropped them. I came very close to catastrophe there, friends. All right, can you still see the jogger? Not really, but you'll see more of it as we go on. So the electric, look at this bunch of papers. It's a complete catastrophe, but not for long, because the jogger is going to solve that problem. And just like that, it is a perfect stack of paper. Now, I'm putting them over here right now. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, I think you can see that. So I'm just trying to have a little less weight bearing on these cabinets. So I'm using different parts of the basement. Oh yeah, it's so jogged. That's so jogged. I mean, look at that. It's just jogged to high hell. All right, let's jog some more. This is a big one, but I bet the jogger can handle it. Oh yeah. Oh my God, look at this. Look, I know that I say it every time, but it's perfect. You couldn't make a machine. Like AI is going to change the world and everything, but there will never be a machine that does its job better than the Electro Jogger. One more time. Look at that. All right, we got one more to go. One more jog in front of us. It's this one. Here we go. Let's jog them out. Joggity, 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 joggity. Yes. Yes. All right, there you go. All right. Jogged, jogged, jogged. Okay. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. It's been a pleasure to be with you. And thank you for loving Electro Jogger because as much as I do. Okay. That's it. I'm going to go for a walk and then I'm going to go back to first pass, DFTBA.